It's with these kind of questions that I don't take shortcuts because it's so easy to make mistakes. Simplify the following expression. This is going to equal 3 to the power 4. I'm not going to change it. That's in its simplest form. Times 18. So I can see that 18 is 2 times 9. And 2 times 9 is the same as 2 times 3 squared to the power n plus 1. Now just quickly, if you can't remember how to get 2 times 3 squared, remember that we can use this method where I take 18 and you just allowed to divide by prime numbers. So you can say 18 divided by 2 is 9. That's divisible by 3. 3 goes into 9, 3 goes into 3 once. So that is 2 times 3 squared, n plus 1. Divide by, now 6 is not in prime numbers, so I'm going to put it in prime numbers, which is 2 times 3, and both of them is to the power 3n minus 2. I'm going to keep on simplifying that. 3 times 3, 4n, multiply by. Now, this n plus 1 will have to be multiplied with everything inside. Remember, I'm not going to take any shortcuts, so I'm going to write that out. That's going to be 2 to the power n plus 1 times 3 squared, and I have to multiply that n plus 1, that 2 with each one of those terms inside the bracket. Divide by 2 to the power 3n minus 2 times 3 to the power 3n minus 2. Now I'm going to write everything on one line. So I'm going to start with the 2's. I'm going to have 2 to the power n plus 1, which is my first term. And then it's going to be take away because I'm dividing with this, so it's going to be take away. And I'm going to put it in brackets. Otherwise, you're going to mess up this negative. Otherwise, you're going to say take away 3n, and you're going to leave this negative 2. And you'll see that this is actually plus 2. Because it's underneath the line, the signs change when it goes above the line. Multiply by, and I'm going to start with the 3's to the power 4n at the top. I can multiply this in one step, so I can say this is plus 2n plus 2, and then it's going to be minus the one that's at the bottom, 3n minus 2. So this 3n minus 2 is this take away minus 3n minus 2. Simplify each one now. This is going to be 2n plus 1, and this is going to be negative 3n. A negative and a negative is plus 2 times 3 to the power 4n plus 2n is 6n plus 2. This is going to be take away 3n. A negative and a negative is plus 2. And I'm just going to simplify my answer. It's going to be 2 to the power n take away 3n is negative 2n, plus 1 plus 2 is plus 3, multiply by 3 to the power 6n take away 3n, which is 3n, plus 2 is plus 4. And that is where I will leave my answer. I won't change anything. You'll see sometimes they just change the order not to have a negative in the front, so they will say this is 2 to the power 3 take away 2n. But it's exactly the same thing. I won't be too bothered. This will be my answer at the end.